Hello, everybody. Hi, and welcome. You're watching another 24/7 TBC live broadcast. Hello, everybody. Hang on. Hi, and welcome. You're watching another 24/7 TBC. All right. Okay, my name is Paul, and this is episode number 40. And today's date is May 16, 2016. And the title of this episode is What TBC Is and What TBC Is Not. So let's begin talking first about what TBC is, and then we'll talk about what it's not. Okay, TBC is short for the billion coin. Okay, it's a cryptocurrency that was created by our creator or creators 2 years ago in March of 2016. Now, for those of you who are familiar with cryptocurrencies, you're aware of Bitcoin. It was the first. It was created back in 2009 by an anonymous person who calls himself Satoshi Nakamoto. In fact, divisions of his coin, means anything less than a full coin, are called Satoshis. Okay? And they can still be divided by 100 million. Okay, our coin, divisions of our actual full billion coin, is called Kringles. And that is named after the admin because he calls himself Kris Kringle. Why? Because he is acting like Santa Claus. He is giving the coin away for free. Now, the reason why is what makes us different. This is what TBC is. The cryptocurrencies that came out originally with Bitcoin and then others were all peer-to-peer. There was no trading exchanges at the time. People had to learn and educate themselves and find out what it was and decide it had value based on proof of work by the miners and based on supply and demand. In the case of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto put a cap on how many coins were going to be made at 21 million. That was it. Okay, now remember, again, they were the first it's ever been tried. So that was the way it started. Now, since then, other coins have come out, and most of them have brought out or decided to mine considerably more than 21 million. But right now, if you look at the coin market cap, which is the trading exchange information on the latest prices of the coins, and there's like over 1,800 coins now, or at least have been brought out since Bitcoin, you will notice that Bitcoin is the most popular and is the highest priced. It's around $9,000 per coin. Okay, and that can be divided by 100 million. So almost anybody can come and buy, $1 worth of Satoshi. Okay, but there's no guarantee now that they've put it on a trading exchange that the price is going to continue to go up every day. It will fluctuate, and it fluctuates tremendously because it's now on a market. Our coin, what TBC is a abundant-based coin. Now, what does abundant-based coin mean? It means that the coin itself is designed from the beginning to never go down in value. In fact, it always goes up until it reaches the maximum amount that it was originally designed to reach. Okay, so our algorithm is what we run on. Okay, so the algorithm is what controls the value of the billion coin or the Kringle coin. It's not just supply and demand or proof of work. It's an algorithm based on people. And how it works, it's not on a trading exchange. So how it works is that every time a person joins our private community, and we do have a private community, and after 2 years, we have over 3.1 million people so far. And you have to understand those were our first 2 years, okay? Even though, as far as I'm concerned, the anonymous owner and creator of the Billion coin is a genius, or he's got some genius people involved with him because of everything that he has managed to do in 2 years and the fact that he communicates with us almost on a daily basis, sometimes more than once a day. Sometimes he gets crazy and just talks to us like 10 times a day. Okay, so the way he communicates and why we're a private community is through his blog. Okay, there is a blog available at blog.thebillioncoin.info. You can also find access to that blog through our main site, which is thebillioncoin.info. So that's where you would get your education. Okay, and those links are down below in the description of this video. Now, the algorithm, people, private community. This is what we are. Our coin is based on the value of each individual that comes in, raises the price of our coin. How much does it raise it? Well, we value our coin on the price of gold. So what we have done is we have created a value system based on a grain of gold, because that's the smallest measurement of gold that there is. It's smaller than a gram of gold. It takes 480 grains of gold to make 1 troy ounce of gold, or to equal the amount. So for every person that joins and gets some Kringles in their hands through a free gift, what does that do? It raises the price of the coin by 1 full grain of gold. How much is a grain of gold worth right now? Today it's worth about $2.80. So every time a person joins, it raises the price of our coin by $2.80. Okay, so give you an idea of what that is, or how that relates. We started out 2 years ago in March 21st of 2016 with 171 individuals who were vetted, because we kept control of that system. We didn't let just anybody come in and buy what they wanted. There was a limited amount they could buy, but they did get it very, very cheap. But these individuals were like-minded. What's like-minded? We are an abundant-based community. So what that means is we are a community of like-minded individuals who do not believe in scarcity because we know better. Now, all of us had to change our way of thinking because we've all been raised under a system controlled by a central bank, okay, called the Fed, the Federal Reserve. It's a private bank that controls our country's money against our Constitution, okay? And it got passed into law by our good trader Woodrow Wilson in 1913. When he became president 3 days later, that was his job, to get that passed, okay? So it's been done before in our history, but since 1913, we have not been able to get rid of it. Because by 1913, it was so strong in its structure that they had complete control of all the politicians. They had enough wealth that they can buy anybody up. Not anybody, but you understand what I'm saying. They can control who got voted in, and they can control the media. And we just voted for whoever we thought was the best person for the job due to what the newspapers were telling us, the news on television. And remember, back then, If you're my age, we only had 3 channels of news: ABC, CBS, and NBC. I don't even think we had Fox yet. So that's all we had. So if they wanted to tell us BS, they could. And we had no choice but to suck it up and believe it. So we have been enslaved for over 100 years, 105 years now, but no more. Why do I say no more? Because, and I'll get to that when I get to what TBC is not. But what TBC is a solution. It's more than an option to protect your wealth, like Bitcoin could be an option, or any cryptocurrency can be an option to protect your wealth, the wealth you have in fiat currency. Okay, if you don't have gold or you don't have silver, but you got cryptocurrency, then you've got something that's worth something. You see what I'm saying? But it's not a solution to all of the economic problems in this world, which are massive because of that central banking system. They've been in charge and in control of people and countries and nations for centuries. Okay, so we started out with 171 vetted individuals. At the end of our first year, March 21st of 2017, we had just shy of 100,000 people, 100,000 members, like-minded individuals, people who were unselfish, not greedy, and understood what abundance was and understood what we were doing, and we are doing it. And that is, we're going to eliminate poverty, financial poverty in the entire world. Okay, and I'll get to how we're going to do that exactly in just a minute. Now, I got involved in TBC 2 days after their first anniversary. So it was about the 23rd of March of last year, 2017. The reason why I got involved was because it finally occurred to me I needed to do something about the Bitcoin. As I first heard about it in 2011, 2 years, well, 1 year after it really started to get used, okay, which was 2010. I think the first person that used it managed to buy a pizza. And I don't know how many they got. Anyway, the guy would be filthy rich if he hung on to that Bitcoin for selling that pizza, if he still had it, because it was a crazy amount of coins the guy used to buy the pizza. But anyway, you can go find that out on the internet. But I thought it was crazy. You know, internet money, what is that? You know, I'm just an old guy. Didn't know. I'm not techie at all. Completely the opposite. And it just didn't make sense. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was a scam. I didn't want to waste my time. So I just ignored it for 5 years until it got on a trading exchange and became so popular that all I was seeing online was Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. So I researched it at the end of 2015 and I bought some, and I was still doing research in the beginning months of 2017. I mean, 2016 is when I got involved. And then in 2017, I was still doing research. And I was watching videos on YouTube, and I came across a video called TBC, which I had never heard of. TBC was not on the coin market cap. What did it stand for? I looked, the billion coin. I had never heard of that. So I watched it and realized how it was different, what it was and what it was not. And that was it. It changed my whole life. I became dedicated to the billion coin because it was me, okay? It rang with my, whatever you want to call it, soul, spirit, my hardwiring. It worked. To me, it was real, and it is real. It's something I can stand for, something I can get behind and feel absolutely awesome in helping this coin get into the hands of people, our first billion people. Because that's where the coin will max out at its price. And of course, with a billion people, with the coin, we'll be able to bring abundance to the other 6.5 billion people. In fact, we'll have enough to bring abundance to twice that amount if there were that. But there's not. There's 7.5 billion people, and we'll be at 1 billion people, members, owners of our Kringle coins, within 2 to 3 years at the very most. Now, why do I say that with such confidence? Because unlike the old blockchain platform 1.0, which is what most of the other coins, if not all of them, are still using, except for Ethereum came out with some kind of a different type system. But I believe Ethereum is a bank-based coin, so I'm not interested in Ethereum. It's like Ripple. Well, it's a little more complicated. Ripple is just a digital coin. Okay, it's just the banks created that to kind of say, okay, you guys are going to go into cryptocurrency here. We'll make a coin. We'll call it Ripple, and, you know, buy our Ripple. These central banking systems are just really going crazy with cryptocurrency. They will demonize it. You can see it all the time. You can't buy Bitcoin with a Visa card, but you can go to the casino and gamble all you want. We want to protect you, though. We don't want you to lose money, so don't buy Bitcoin. Go ahead and lose all you want at the casinos. Okay, does that make sense? No. And it's because cryptocurrency will take their power away, which is the whole point of why the world is moving. It's the whole point of why Satoshi came up with it, because he saw the crash in 2008, 2009, and he said, there's enough technology now where I can change this. And that was the beginning of the end for the central banking system. They just didn't know it back then. They know it now. Trump and patriots are winning every single battle against the central banking system behind the scenes. Okay, we're kicking the deep state out of countries all over the world, and the countries of the world are backing their currencies up now by gold again. You see it with China. You see it with Russia. I don't even think Russia uses the US dollar at all. That's why the central banking system demonizes Russia as an enemy. And they'll demonize China too. Okay? They'll demonize any country that they want to control or get out of their control. Okay, so back to what is TBC. Now, when we reached 100,000 in our first year, we thought, wow, that's pretty cool. But so when I got involved, like March 23rd, 24th, I think, is when I purchased my first Kringle. I purchased some on the 23rd and changed my mind the 24th. Another tweet, and I said 100,000. Okay, it was like 97, close to 1,000. So the coin at that point was already worth over $200,000. There was no way anybody could buy it. Well, not anybody, but most of us couldn't buy a coin, right? And it's not on the trading exchange, so nobody knows about TBC. It's all word of mouth. Nobody realizes that we have the most expensive coin in the world. Okay, the most expensive coin on trading exchange is Bitcoin. That's why it's always at the top there. $8,000 or $9,000 is what it is right now. But it fluctuates. It fluctuates so much that it's hard for the people to have faith in it. So the growth is slow. After, what has it been, 8 years? There's only a community, if you want to call it a community, because there's no communication from Satoshi. He stepped away in 2011, which was a good thing for him at that time, considering all the reasons why and why he had to. Okay, because it was the first coin. And there's only about 12 million users of Bitcoin in the world. 12 million out of 7.5 billion. Okay, but you see that there's a small amount of an economy for Bitcoin. There are actually places you can go and buy things with Bitcoin. And the reason you can is because those owners of those businesses understand what Bitcoin is. And they know that if they hang on to it, just accept it from the few who come in and put it in their wallet and hang on to it, it's going to be more valuable in 12 months than it was today. 12 months after that, it's going to be even more valuable. 12 months after that, it's going to be even more valuable. So it's an investment for them. They can do it only because they have enough cash flow that it's not going to hurt their business. You see what I'm saying? They'll have plenty enough cash flow to operate daily with cash as needed, depending on the type of business they have. Okay? But that's the problem with Bitcoin and all the other coins on a market, because they can be manipulated by the wealthy, just like the stock market or the commodities market. The rich can buy whatever they want because they're already rich. Okay, and then when that raises the price, everybody jumps in, then they dump, which means they sell. Price goes down, people panic, and if they haven't lost their coin, they can get some of it back out. But that can happen so fast, it can happen overnight while you're asleep. And you wake up and your money's gone. Okay, so at least with the coin market, it works that fast. A major stock crash can happen that fast too. And we've seen it. So we know that that's the truth. Okay, so again, that's part of what TBC is not. Now, what TBC is the second year, the year that I got involved, and it had nothing to do with me, but the year I got involved, we grew by 30 times the amount of 100,000. We grew to 3 million. Okay, 30 times in 1 year from 100 to 3 million is unreal, especially considering we had the same problems with our blockchain platform that Bitcoin did. Things got slowed down. Transactions started to take long. I mean, up to 3 weeks for a transaction to go through. It's bad enough that the old blockchain can only do 10 transactions at the most. Some of them less per second. I mean, how can you have an economy with people using it all over the world, making transactions at cash registers all at the same time, and only be able to do 10 transactions per second? Okay, that's just ridiculous. But that's the way it is. Okay, so what we are is we're a coin with a mission. So we went through that horrible period last year where everything slowed down, because even though we were not on a trading exchange, and every trade is a transaction, so that's what really hurt Bitcoin. But we had enough peer-to-peer action. In other words, we were buying things from each other. Okay, I mean, we were using it as money 6 months after they came out with the coin, and we were doing enough that it did bog the system down. But the admin was already prepared for that and already building a 2.0 blockchain platform, because the technology has grown since 2008, 2009. Okay, it doubles every 18 months, right? Technology, that's what I read. So, and which makes sense, because every year and a half, a new iPhone comes out. Hey, we've got come get the best. Okay, so we grew to 3 million. Now, this year, how much are we going to grow? If we grow only 30 times like we did last year, during the slowest part of our history, we would get to 90 million by March of 2019. 90 million. Bitcoin has only 12 million. And they've got a small economy, don't they? You can go to some stores and actually use your Bitcoin. You can go and have get some ATM. You get some fiat cash if you needed it. People in Greece did it when they had a bank holiday over there recently, where they shut the banks down and people couldn't get their money. The only ones that could get money were the people that had Bitcoin, and they could exchange it at the ATM. Okay, so again, it's an option to protect your wealth. So you need to learn about cryptocurrency the minimum amount. Believe me, I don't know too much because I have to force myself to learn it, because it's not a passion. Computer systems and all that technology is not a passion of mine. I have a lot of passions, but that's not one of them. Okay, it's like math is not a passion of mine. English is not a passion of mine, but it should be. I really would like to talk better in English, but I've just been lazy when it comes to that. Anyway, back to the billion coin and what it is it's an abundance-based coin. So with our new blockchain platform that can do as many transactions a minute as Visa and MasterCard does all over the world at the same time, that's a game changer in the cryptocurrency world. Complete game changer. Think about that. We could do hundreds of thousands of transactions on this new blockchain in 1 minute, every minute, compared to 10 transactions the most that Bitcoin can do in a second. What is that, 600 transactions a minute compared to hundreds of thousands of transactions we can do? Maybe it's tens of thousands, I'm not sure, but it's a whole heck of a lot. It's a true game changer. Okay, now we are migrating over to that system as I speak. We just started migrating. We're going to take 90 days to migrate all the members that we have right now from the old blockchain platform to the new blockchain platform. We have kept control since right before I got involved with the wallet system. By centralizing that wallet system, we have been able to continue to vet people who come in. We have been able to distribute our coin evenly amongst our private community. Nobody can come in who's wealthy and buy up all of our coins and leave nothing left for the rest of us, which is what any company, coin, cryptocurrency coin will be able to have happen to them if they're on a market or a trading exchange. Okay, again, that goes to what TBC is not. TBC is not a scarcity-based coin. We are an abundant-based coin. The price of our coin goes up with every single member that joins us, and believe me, thousands join us every single day. So you can imagine the price of our coin. Right now, one TBC coin is worth $8 million, over $8 million. Now, it's going to max out at our first 1 billion members. When we get to our first 1 billion validated users of our Kringle coin, the price will stop growing and it will never go down. So say the price of gold is the same then, a year, 2 or 3 from now, when we hit the billion, as today, it would be worth $2.8 billion per coin. Okay, so if you don't have one coin, you're not going to be a multi-billionaire. But a coin costs $8 million, Paul. How can anybody be a billionaire on your system? It's just partially centralized because of the way we've created it. We created it this way on purpose because we wanted our coin to be a solution to all economic problems, struggles, call it lack in the world. In a world that's got so much abundance, it would blow your mind if you really knew. But you don't know, most of you, yet. We've been brainwashed into thinking scarcity, lack. There's not enough. That's why we have crime due to lack, motivated by lack, I should say. No, you and I and our parents. but not anymore. So start getting used to educating yourself on the realism. The reality is everyone, more than enough for everyone. But not everyone is going to understand that. Our first billion, only that first billion is going to understand that, right? Common sense and logic. Common sense and logic that is discovered right away when I see mindset and the billion coin. I looked around because they've got a back office and it shows people are joining from the countries. From what countries in the world? We're now in almost two. We're in 2 countries, which is almost all the world. Yeah, we're in North Korea. Of course, there's only 9 of them in North Korea. It's probably Kim and his immediate family. But the point is, as I noticed that the country where we're the most, we're third world and second. It immediately made sense, but I just had to before it popped into my head, and I said, well, of course it makes sense for these people to have more open mind and to have more, to get rid of that scarcity, hugs to them, which oppressed, horrendous conditions, that their minds are going to be open as soon as they hear something. Yeah, they're also ripe for being scammed, okay? But logic tells you that those individuals are going to be more ready to system. How poor a country is, everybody's got a cell phone. Okay, so they understand, and that's where we have tremendous in these third world countries, and a tremendous amount, but not as much in second world countries. And we have the least amount of our members in first world countries. Common sense. Here in America, I don't even think we have 100,000 people in America. America has 350 million people, around 350 million people. Man, woman, and child, and any man, woman, and child can own Kringles. All you need is a name and a legitimate email address, because you will get 2 emails that you will have to open and click on confirmation links in those 2, one to set up your back office and one to set up your wallet and have those Kringles deposited. Those free Kringles is worth $2,000 US. We're giving $2,000 US away to anybody in the world who wants it. Why? Of course you know why. Because that's how we grow our coin and grow our economy. We want an economy. We don't want to use fiat currency. Whether it sticks around or not, okay, it's got to crash and it's got to switch over to gold. If the central banking system, they'll have to do the same thing. It's just that they'll take it away again. But Trump and Patriots are winning all the battles, and we're going to win the war. Okay? But when we transition to a new currency, probably sometime this summer, we've got to do it soon. The reason why is because of what's going on in the Middle East. Okay? Netanyahu has too much power. He's a crazy man. He wants war with Iran. We are all about peace. We're creating peace in North Korea. We already did that. Well, we got one more step, right? Trump has to meet with Kim in Singapore on June 12th. So if that goes smoothly, then that's the end of that war. It's been ongoing since 1948. Okay, then we're making peace in Syria. Okay, and we got to pull our troops out. So it's a little bit different there than it was in Korea. And then with Iran, Iran's going to do and act the same way Kim did in North Korea at first, threatening everybody. Okay? And then we'll kick the deep state out in the background and we'll bring peace. But we've got to change the monetary system and take that power away from Netanyahu. The man is despicable. Okay? So what you see out there in the news, you got to be real careful and understand what is real and what is not, and what is the motive, where it's coming from, who's giving you that news. And there's plenty of sources. Well, that's where I spend all my time, because I'm so passionate about the truth. That's why I'm not a conspiracy theorist. That would drive me nuts. I'll hear about something, but I've got to find the truth. If there's some kind of conspiracy behind it, I'm not. If it's not real, then that's it. That's it. I don't bother with it. I gotta know the truth, and I'll do everything I can to find out the truth of whatever it is I want to find out about. Truth is always backed by facts and evidence. Just keep that in mind. Always backed by facts and evidence. Lies or not. So there's one way that you can always know the truth. Find out if it's factual and if there's evidence for it. Okay? And really learn how to do fact-based research. Okay? So that will help you a great deal in knowing what's going on. But trust me, we're doing what we have to do to create peace in this world. And we're going to do it, but we have to have a new monetary system. We have to have a completely new monetary system that is not in the hands of a private bank anymore. A private bank that can turn around and loan our government money interest, so that our government has to do another unconstitutional thing and create an IRS to charge us citizens income tax our income. This is all we've ever known, right? So, well, of course, Paul, they got to tax our income. Well, they've only been taxing it for like 150 years. What are you talking about? They weren't taxing it before that. We were doing just fine. This country's been around since the 1700s. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, how are they paying for the military? We were making our own money. Well, who's making the money now? The Federal Reserve. It's a private bank. Belongs in the hands of the central bankers that go way back centuries. Okay? And so it's an awakening for people to learn about this stuff. And there's 1,000 ways you can find out about it on the internet and through books. So what TBC is a solution. Why? Because we're not only making enough coins, billion, to take care of the entire population of the world. Double the amount. If I want to be honest. Okay? And therefore, it eliminates crime. The type of crime that is motivated by lack. Somebody doesn't have money, they'll go rob you and kill you for whatever you do have, whether it's a pair of tennis shoes or a wristwatch, okay, or your purse or whatever, your car. Because they need to live. They need to survive. They're on drugs. They're addicted. Why? There's no abundant-based system. The monetary system is controlled by the central banking system. They pump in the drugs. They do whatever they can do to control you and I. We are enslaved, whether we want to believe it or not. We have been enslaved for many, many years, especially since 1971 when Nixon took us off the gold standard. Took our money completely off the gold standard, and it completely became fiat currency, worthless. Only the faith of the people kept it going, and there's no more faith. Just look around at the countries in the world. They are all rebelling against the US dollar. The US dollar is no longer the reserve currency. I mean, it might barely be, but it's right there by the euro. And those are both going down the drain. Countries are repatriating their gold, putting it back in their country. Just look at Venezuela. That's what they did. They created a cryptocurrency to save their nation. Okay? To save their nation, the Venezuelan new socialist government came out with a cryptocurrency called Petrocoin. They based it on the oil reserves they have in their country. And the people said, well, that's cool. There is value in oil. The problem is, what's with all these sanctions? Those sanctions were put there by the deep state and the central banking system. Why? Because they hate this new government. It's not theirs. Okay, now socialism I don't agree with it all. Okay, just to let you know, I'm a capitalist, but capitalism can be ripe for greed. And that's the problem with capitalism. But it's a whole lot better overall than socialism and communism. Okay, we're down to only like 5 countries left that consider them communist. Okay, and they're going away. Okay, got this problem in Venezuela. We saw what happened. It was horrible. The people were starving to death, and they had to do something. So when they realized, oh yeah, we can't sell the oil, be deep state in our country. We won't let them change the regime. We want it in power, but we have to feed you guys. Do we? Well, we're going to. Okay. So they said, we'll back our coin up. Instead of oil, we'll back it up by gold, because we do have our gold in our own country. When the people heard that, folks, if you're listening to this, watching this, go look at what's going on in Venezuela. They're making deals with the Palestinians already, because the Palestinians need help. Watch what's going on with the Palestinians right now. Watch what's going on with the Gaza Strip. Watch what's going on with Netanyahu. Just keep in mind that Netanyahu is deep state. He is about as central banker as it could get. And he's 10 times the nuclear power of Iran. I don't even think, like I said yesterday, Iran even has a single nuclear bomb. Okay? Just like I don't really know if Korea really has any nuclear bombs, North Korea. But they did make some big explosions that supposedly were recorded on, how they record earthquakes and stuff. So you never know, right? There was some funny deals going on with Iran with uranium one. Remember uranium one? Well, Iran was in need of reactors. They wanted reactors built, so they brought the Russians in to help them build reactors. That uranium one, where did it go? Okay, and then you had this Iranian nuclear deal that Obama was pushing with all his crooked individuals that did that uranium one deal. And they said, we'll give you all this money if you just keep your mouth shut about what we did. And Iran said, cool. So Trump came along and said, no. That's it, bam, gone. So Iran's going, hey, Obama. Hey, John Kerry. Hey, McCain. What are you guys going to do? Hillary, where are you? I'm over here in New Zealand. Well, we need some money. Merkel, Macron, you guys better come up some money and we're going to start talking. We're trying. John Kerry's out there breaking the law, the Logan's Act, doing shadow government crap. Him and Obama. We got to get some money over to Iran, man. They're going to start talking. People are going to find out what we did. And do you really think Netanyahu's going to go so crazy as to start a war with Iran? Start any wars? They haven't started any wars for 200 years. Okay, I'm getting a little off here. Okay, I'm getting back into stuff that I'm so passionate about. But you have to understand that politics and money are like this. Okay, so this is the reason why we, the people, have to take the money back, so that people cannot do what they're doing all over the world and cause such horror, such horror. Nobody's horror better than better than I threw a blank on his name. Damn Apocalypse Now. Played the Godfather, right? How can I throw a name on one of my favorite actors of all time? Anyway, I'm getting old. But horror. The horror. That's what's going on in the world because of lack of money and the lack of money in the people's hands. We're going to put a stop to that. We, the patriots and Trump, are going to put a stop to that. Now, the first thing that's going to happen is the currency is going to be coming out with gold backing it. Okay? And God willing, it's going to be Trump that does it. Excuse me. Cryptocurrency is not going away. Okay? Any country that comes out back in their whatever money they come out with, yuan, the ruble, the dinar, anything, okay, is good. Okay, it puts the power back into the people's hands to a certain degree. Cryptocurrency can do it even more if it's solution and abundance based. Okay, so we are the first abundance based coin. There's another one coming out in April of 2019 called TON, backed by the Telegram messaging service. We all know who they are. 200 million chatters in March. 200 million people are already using their free app. The guy at the control of that company, since they've been around in 2013, is smart. Is as smart as they come, guys. He's as smart as they come, take my word. Now, his algorithm, he's not going to be on the trading exchange. His is going to be an abundance-based coin, is based on every purchase that someone makes of their coin, it raises the price of that coin by a fraction. So the next person has to buy it at a fraction of a price higher. There's an abundance-based coin that's never going to go down in value. Now, I don't know all the other details, but that's enough to let you know that gold is headed. Okay? We're the first. We've got 3 million already, which is nowhere near 2 million chatters, but you know how very, very attractive is social media. So that they don't need to be educated. They find out I can, keep in contact with my friends. Boom, let me have it. Cryptocurrency, what's that? We still have to educate the people on cryptocurrency. I've got money. I got a bank account. Okay, but they don't understand because they've never known anything different. People that just will refuse to even learn and educate. We don't want them anyway. We'll take care of them, though. We'll take care of everybody when we hit that full economy at 1 billion people. We'll have a really healthy economy at 90 million a year from now if we grow only 30 times. I mean, if Bitcoin could have a small economy with 12 million, imagine what we could do with 90 million. Okay, and then a year after that, we should have 1 billion. Okay, so that is what our coin is. It's an abundance-based coin that has some centralization so we can control how we spread the wealth out. You can come in and still get a full coin worth $8 million. We have ways where we'll just give it to you, or we'll sell it to you. We won't actually sell you a full coin because that would be discounting the coin. So we have ways to work around this. Okay, through what they call cookie rewards. It's a promotion. Person can come in, purchase $100 of Kringles at the current daily price, whatever day that is, for $100, $10 for their back office for a year, which is dirt cheap because we don't need the money, but we have to charge something. We never used to charge before, but now we've got 3 million people, and most of them haven't taken us seriously because they just got the gift free and it's just sitting there earning money, but they haven't probably even bothered to go check it out because they didn't spend a dime. It took them like 10 minutes to sign up and get the coin, which back then, last year, was a whole lot less than 2,000, right? It might have been worth 20 bucks when we first started giving it away. We were giving away 20 bucks. Okay? Now we're giving away 2,000 because our membership increased last year. TBC is Okay, what it's not is it's not on the trading market exchange. It's not only an option. It is an option, a solution. What is not a scam. Just because it's not on a trading market doesn't mean it's a scam. In fact, our value is more solid than any coin on the market. Common sense and logic will tell you that. Especially if you have any idea of how markets work. Every single patriot in this country and every world need to be a part of our community. If we had all of those, we'd have 1 billion already. So now that we're moving over and we're migrating from this slow blockchain to this super fast blockchain, from a Volkswagen Bug to a Lamborghini, we are going to grow like crazy, and we have to get the word out. And the only way to get the word out is through a massive amounts of videos on a platform like YouTube. As long as they don't kick us all out, every time somebody goes to investigate, research on cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, anything, they're going to come up with a bunch of suggested videos on the side, and they're going to see something hopefully from TBC. Because a year ago, that's how I found it, and there was only about 11 max that I found out that I looked at and could find, but it was enough for me. I was just inclined that way. But today, there's literally dozens, because we have been doing 24/7 half-hour slots, live broadcasts since March 21st. What is it today, May 16th? This is my 40th one. Today, I just hit my 40th one. And I think the first guy that started it, our top leader, he did his 47th today. Okay, I was a little slow in getting around. Okay, I admit I was. I've never done videos before, live videos, or I'd done a few videos on the Billion Coin instructional type videos last year, but I've never been much to just get on here and talk, because that's not really the best thing I'm good at. Okay, I skip all over the place. And that drives me crazy when I go back and I listen to myself. But I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get more organized, and I'm trying to keep it down to specific subject matter that goes along with the title of each video, so that when they do find out or they do land on one of my videos, they can go check my channel out, subscribe to it, click the bell, and you'll get a notice every time I'm live. And you don't have to watch it if it's not convenient for you right then, but you'll have it in your email so that you can go back and open it up and watch it later at your convenience. Okay, if you like my videos. If you don't, we got 47 others that are doing it, right? So every day, 48 videos are getting made and put on YouTube. And we can actually have 2 people do videos at the same time. So we could actually have 96 videos going out there every day. So if you're wondering, hey, Paul, something's not making sense to me right now. What? You have 3 million people? Yes. You're trying to get 100, oh, maybe I haven't said this. This is what we're doing. Our goal is to get 100 million billionaires in our community. That means 100 million people have to have at least one coin. And then after that is over, then we're going to create 1 billion millionaires through Kringles. Okay? There'll be multimillionaires, there'll be multi-billionaires. So the question people are asking is, hey, you've got 3 million people. How come you don't have 100 million of those? 1 million of those that are already billionaires. It's because so many of them came in with the free gift, weren't charged anything for it, didn't have to buy any like I did. I got in, I don't know, it was like 3 weeks before they came out with that promotion where they started giving it away. But they gave me my share anyway. They're so cool. We're all about abundance. We don't even think like scarcity. Until you get that abundance mindset, you're not going to understand what we are and what we're doing. It's so like foreign to us. You know, we've got 3 million people and we have servers and we have costs of our coin. We're not giving them anything. They sold us coins to 171 people in the beginning, and that was it. Those 171 have been the only people that have sold coin from that point on. And everybody that came in and bought coin, they can sell it. Okay, so only we who came in as owners, if we have enough, we can turn around and sell it. If we don't, we're just going to hang on to it, watch it grow, which is what most of those people with their gift did. They didn't really have enough of a gift to turn around and sell it back then. Now they do. I mean, seriously, if you're getting a free gift of $2,000 and somebody could come to you and say, I want a full billion coin. I want access to those cookie rewards. Okay. So I'm going to buy $100 out of your 2,000 and I'll spend my $10, which will include a lifetime wallet fee with no transaction costs ever. And you can sell me $100 worth of Kringles. You'll still have 1,900 left. $1,900 left worth of Kringles. I just want $100 worth. Once that $100 is validated with the system and the blockchain, then admin will put 1 million cookies into your back office. Now, Bitcoin, the way they're set up with that old platform, can be divided 100 million times. With our new system and the fact that we have such an expensive coin, we just took out the last 2 zeros. Okay, so instead of 100 million cookies, we're going to give you 1 million cookies. That's equal now to 1 full coin, just 1 million cookies. Now, those are points. Those aren't coins. So if you buy that, it's going to show up in your back office as 1 million cookies. You'll be able to redeem those cookies for 1 million Kringles, which is real coin, during a redemption period. We've already had a redemption period. We had one at the end of this last year, in the beginning of this year. We're having one right now, the month of May. The entire month of May, we are redeeming anyone who has cookie rewards. Okay, but we're also migrating, so it's kind of a little bit of a mess. Okay, so for the next few days, we'll get it really organized. Okay, it just happened to come along. We've been waiting for the migration to get started as fast as we can. It just happened to be right now when we had already planned to have this redemption period for our cookie rewards. So, but it's still going pretty smooth, I have to admit, pretty darn smooth. But we've got 90 days to migrate. We've got till the end of May to redeem our cookie rewards. So even a person that comes in right now and buys $100 from somebody can actually get 1 million cookies and then turn around, push a button, and redeem from 1 million Kringles. 1 million Kringles is 1 billion coin, currently worth $8 million, and will max out, and no less, unless gold goes down, at no less than $2.8 billion within a couple of years. 3 years at the most. Okay? We are creating wealth for people right now. Nobody else is. Not this kind of wealth. We are abundance-based coin. We are going to eliminate global poverty. And that's it. So you can come in and be a part of us, or you can wait back and you can work for us, which is fine. People love to work. It's just that instead of working for $10 an hour at McDonald's, if McDonald's is still hiring and working in 2 years, which they shouldn't be completely robotic by then, which is nothing to be feared of. Technology like that is nothing to be afraid of, because it just opens up more jobs in different areas. People love to get you emotional, because if they can get you emotional, they got to control. They got you in their control. Okay? So anyway, Instead of getting $10 an hour, we could pay them $100 an hour. I mean, seriously, one person should be able to work and support a family of 5. Wife, 3 kids. Okay? With no problems whatsoever. In abundance. 2 cars, no worry about any payments, bills. This is another thing, central banking system. I talked about this yesterday. Water, electricity, internet, phones, phone service, all that stuff was designed to be free back in the 30s. But the central bankers took it away from those individuals like Nikola Tesla. Okay? And now they can give it to you because they've got the technology has caught up to them. Okay? These geniuses in our past, they caught up and brought the technology in. Did you know who Hedy Lamarr is? The actress Hedy Lamarr? Okay, she played like Delilah in Samson and Delilah with Victor Mature. Hedy Lamarr and her friend invented Wi-Fi. They invented a sonar system during World War II that eventually became the Wi-Fi system we use today. Okay, just in case you didn't know that, I'll throw that in. But anyway, yes, these technology has caught up to the people that are in control now. And now they can put a modem in your room, in your house, and say, okay, we can charge you now for Wi-Fi. Oh, wireless electricity? We're coming out with that too. You see, Tesla was going to give it to us free. He was going to give the entire world free electricity. It doesn't make any sense to buy electricity. You know why? Because the entire universe is made out of electricity. Duh. We're all made out of atoms and electrons and protons and neutrons, right? It's all electricity. It's free. It should be free. But we're being ripped off. It's just like water. Oh, there's a lack of water. There's a lack of everything, according to the central bankers. There's a lack of everything, right? There's not enough water. Did you know that Kuwait, 100% of their water, do you know where they get the 100% of their water? From desalination, from ocean. It's some of the purest water in the world because it's all gone through a distillation process, okay, to get rid of the salt and minerals and anything else that might be wicked in the water, okay? We have desalination plants here in America. We've got a number of them in California. Australia's got a ton of them. But the deep state doesn't, the central bankers, they don't like them. So they do everything they can to regulate those things. They don't want people to get water that cheap. They don't want people to know we have the entire oceans of our world to drink. We have water that can last forever. They don't want us to know that. They don't want us to know electricity is free. I mean, they spent a lot of time building all those telephone poles, electric poles, wires to go to everybody's house so that they can charge you every month for your electricity, right? They're not going to give that up easily. Okay. I'm going to end this, even though I didn't talk about enough of what TBC is not. But there's just not much about what TBC is not, to be honest with you. Maybe I won't have to talk about what TBC is not too much in another episode, because TBC is simply not on the trading exchange. It's not just an option. It's a solution and an option. It's not a scam. We've been here 2 years and all we've done is grown and gotten better and stronger. Don't be fooled and deceived by things that are on the YouTube channels. People that are talking to you bad, don't understand, or they're part of the troll system that comes out and puts down all cryptocurrency. The banks are doing that. Told you in the beginning of the video. Okay. Yeah, we'll let you use our Visa and MasterCards to go to the casino and lose all the money you want. But, we can't let you use it to buy cryptocurrency like Bitcoin because it's risky. You could lose your money. And we got to look out for you. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Whoa, Paul, you're right. That doesn't make any sense. Something's wrong. There's right there. Wherever there's contradictions, there's lies. There's untruth. Okay? Okay, that's another gift I have. I don't have the gift of, being a techie, but I have a gift for seeing contradictions. I don't know why. It's been a pain in my butt sometimes my whole life because I see it and I don't understand it and I haven't known what to do about it and I put it in the back of my head and it messes my head up. Wait. Why is there so many contradictions everywhere I go? Why are people saying this and it's not true? And writing this book and it's not true. And there's contradictions compared to another book. Hypocrisy is another thing I'm real sensitive about. And I see it first in myself. Whenever I contradict myself or whenever I'm a hypocrite, it hits me really fast. And I go, oh my gosh, and so much better. But we're human. Okay, so for some reason my screen just froze up. At least it froze up over here on my side. I hope you guys are seeing this. Let me quick at my chat before I get off here. My live chat, if it even pull up. I have a really bad Wi-Fi system. If you guys are still seeing me and hearing me, I have a really dead spot in the neighborhood I live in because of the way the towers are positioned. I can't even get on that. In fact, nothing's working on my computer right now. Maybe I was just talking too much in YouTube. God, I don't know. But I just froze, so I have no idea, you guys, if I'm still live or not. I know the camera's on. I can see the light. Oh, there I am. I'm back. Or maybe I always was. Maybe it was just on my side because I'm the one with the bad Wi-Fi. I don't see. See, I'm so untechy. I have no clue how these things work. I'm still trying to figure out how to put music on these videos as an intro. Editing, forget about it. Okay, guys, I'll let you go. TBC is. TBC is. Okay, and whatever it's not are bad things. Okay, would be bad things if it were. Okay, does that make sense? No, probably doesn't. But anyway, what day is it today? Wednesday? Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. At least you learned what TBC is and a little bit of what it's not, because really that is not much of not. Does that make sense? Okay. See you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Thanks for coming on. Hit the thumbs up if you're still there. Okay? All right. Adios.